Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog and you're back to watch another Craft With Me video. Now, if you're worried that I started this video in the middle or at the finish line of a project, that is true, but as you can see, this Craft With Me is number 2.3, so number 2.1 and 2.2 are already online and you can see how I started this project, or how I continued working on this project, I should say, because as you may or may not remember, we actually started this flipbook together in a live stream a little while ago, and then I finished it in a Craft With Me video. So, in case you haven't watched one of these before, Craft With Me videos are my way of showing you what I would normally do offline, off camera. In most of my videos, I will work on one project for one video, but in reality, usually I'll work on one project, put it away, work on another project, put it away every time I feel uninspired or when I don't know how to finish. So that is what I'm showing you in the Craft With Me videos, and also this shows more of my natural process. Like, instead of trying to finish something in one go, I will finish it over a duration of weeks usually, which you can also recognize by my changing clothes every once in a while. But okay, I guess you get the idea, right? This is just me showing you a crafty Sunday session usually, or any day I feel like working on my projects for a longer time. What I've shown you here is a sort of teamwork postcard I worked on with Sarah. She has started the background with mixed media, I'm guessing, for me, and then I added more onto that. So I added the white paint and I added the quote, which sadly didn't go as planned because the pen was bleeding and smudging. But then, as you could see in the end, what I added as last elements were some music note paper and that note paper that I cut the girl out of. And now it went back to Sarah and then she could finish it as she pleased. So here is the finished flipbook and the envelope I made for that. One of my favorite envelopes I've done in a while, also because the wax seals. I don't mean to pat my own shoulders, but wow, I really am loving both of these wax seals. And this is obviously a little flip through of the flipbook. Flip through of the flipbook. So, and now we are just going to continue grabbing some more goodies to go with that specific meal that has hopefully been received so far. Now, while we're watching me grab a bunch of goodies and do some more crafting, what you see in the left corner is a little scale, because obviously I need to know how many stamps are going on the envelope and my letter. And I take a picture always, which I always mention as well. I use a photo diary app for that so that I can know what I've sent to whom. And the app I use is called Diaro. It's not sponsored, I literally typed photo diary app into the Play Store and then I found this one and I downloaded it, and that's the whole story. Anywho, while we're watching me do all of this, I'm going to tell you something which you may have heard me say a dozen times already, which you may have heard or seen already from my stressy posts on Instagram, but I am also going to mention it here. When you're watching this, I have been going to work again. Like, for the past few weeks, months even, for the past, how long has it been? 2.5 months? 3 months? I don't even remember. I have been at home because restaurants have been closed and I was not allowed to work. I work as a waitress, for those of you who don't know, but with the corona measures, everything was closed. Lockdown, basically. Anywho, long story short is that we are going back to work this week. So restaurants are opening again and I get to resume my job, which is great because I love my job, but it's also very, very stressful. And it means that things are changing YouTube-wise. Now, I do plan on simply going back to my old ways, which is 2 videos a week. One on Tuesday, one on Friday, but I'm just gonna have to see how that goes. I of course also have Patreon, which gets a little bit more of a preferential treatment now, because obviously I made promises there and I don't really make promises on YouTube. So just gonna see how that goes, but I promise that I won't disappear. I am planning, as I said, on doing 2 videos a week, but it could very well happen that I don't make a deadline every now and then, but we will just see how that goes. I mean, it's not like I'm disappearing off the face of the earth. I'm just going back to work. So I promise I'll be here. The only thing that you could notice is that I might not reply to comments as often. And obviously for the past couple of weeks, I've been doing 3 videos nearly every week, and I'm not going to do that anymore either. So going back to 2 videos a week, and you may not see me in the comments as much, but know that I read every single one of them and I always appreciate them. And on top of me appreciating them, comments and likes and thumbs ups and shares also really helps for the YouTube statistics. So if you want to help me grow my channel, definitely leave a thumbs up and or a comment. I had to redo that part because I actually said don't forget to leave a thumbs up and a like, which is obviously the same thing. But moving on, what I'm working on here is obviously an envelope, but it's a special envelope because it's a little bit boxed. So instead of it being completely flat, it's, I would say 1/8 of an inch thick, so that my flipbook doesn't get flattened. And in all honesty, little box envelopes are for some reason much more exciting than regular envelopes. And what I use for that, again not sponsored, is an app which I'm pretty sure is called Envelope Punchboard Calculator. So then instead of only putting in how long and how wide you want the flipbook to be, you also get to the envelope to be, you also get to say how thick you want the envelope to be, so that you can make an envelope exactly like that. It also lets you make boxes, but obviously I cannot send boxes in the mail, so I just do little boxed envelopes. It takes a little bit of work to get to like really understand what to put where, but you'll figure it out. I mean, I figured it out, so you should be able to as well. And it's really fun for making boxed envelopes. Okay, good story, Vivian. Obviously, I am decorating this with another magazine clip out, which was one of the Patreon challenges last month, I think. No, 2 months ago already. Wow, time sure flies. One of the challenges was to use more magazine clip outs, and I actually kind of went with that. Like, I always forget that I have a lovely Flow magazines that have the most incredible drawings and illustrations in them, and now I have rekindled my love for them. This was actually an illustration about writing letters to yourself. So this illustration says, I think it says "Dear Me" instead of "Dear You," but I mean, it's an envelope with a letter in it, so I thought that was kind of perfect for this envelope. And also the colors match, which makes me incredibly happy. The last thing I'm adding in the bottom left corner is a little sticker that says Vivian, the paper letter blog, or mail from Vivian. I got that from Tamara. And then also stickers, a little snail and a little please deliver to sticker, as well as a little floral stamp and a little hearts that I simply made with a Tombow. Like, I kind of stamped the hearts. Cute, right? The envelopes I sent out in this batch were so fun and colorful, it really makes me want to make another batch again, because I'm one of those people who likes to color coordinate my outgoing envelopes as if they're going to see each other again. No, but I like taking the picture before I drop them in the mailbox, and it's also such a fun sight. So yeah, I don't always color coordinate my envelopes, but if I can, I definitely will. If you don't follow me yet on Instagram, I recommend that you do, because that's where I share all of these pictures. A little while ago, I did sort of vintage themed envelope sets of mail going out, and that was fun as well because they matched, but the muted colors that go with vintage make me less excited than these bright and colorful pops of summery vibes. Last part I'm doing is making wax seals. Contrary to popular belief, I do not actually seal every single letter. Sometimes I do not feel like actually taking out all of my supplies, and some letters are better without the wax seal because I'm afraid of them either tearing or breaking, or they don't have space anymore. Also, yes, I'm sorry, I did film these close-up shots, but that little camera has really died and the footage is not, I cannot use it anymore. But it's sad because this is a gorgeous wax seal, but I am going to show it to you up close. It's a wonderful combination of pink and peachy pink, and boy does that make me happy. The last thing I added to this wax seal is a little bit of gold flakes, which I simply rubbed over and pressed into the design. That actually works quite well. I obviously don't know if they survived the trip, but look, adding gold flakes after pressing the seal is also possible. The more you know. So there's that. And then here's the letter and the postcard, or the artwork piece that I worked on before, and I'm now just going to put it in an envelope and add some extra goodies. I decided to continue that kind of brown vintage theme that was going on in the artwork piece. So, how are you all doing? Like, for me, I could pretty much say that my life is turning upside down because I do not like changes, and going back to work is a big change, but I want to know how you all are as well. Probably I'm doing fine. My anxiety likes to overreact big time, so let's hope that it was really overreacting and I'm very much okay. What I'm doing in the background is I'm creating a little pocket, a little goodie bag of vintage goodies. I put in those craft paper stickers, a lot of tickets, a lot of those beautiful vintage looking note papers, that very big washi tape sticker strip, a little washi tape sample, and some more little die cuts that had vintage prints on them, as well as a little goodie bag, and a goodie bag within a goodie bag filled with little washi tape strip stickers. That, of course, leaves the envelope decorating, which is what we're doing here. I had no idea where I was going, which is my favorite place to start, but I did know that I wanted to do something with contrasting colors. So that's why I picked up that yellow. I never work with yellow, so that's why it's fun for me to try out. And I actually went with yellow and black, which is kind of an odd color combination, but it works. I mean, it works. I have that beautiful wrap, like tissue wrap, that a Happy Meal was wrapped in, and I'm going to use that in combination with the yellow paper. I learned that little trick here on YouTube, probably from Kira again. When you want to tear something neatly, you need to make it wet first in the line that you want it to tear. And that's what I did. I simply made, I almost drew on the paper where I wanted it to tear with a little bit of water, and then I tore it. Good story, Vivian. Can you tell that I'm nervous for going back to work tomorrow? Probably you can. Yeah, I'm actually editing this on Sunday. # proud of myself. So what I'm doing here is I'm decoupaging, which actually happens to be, excuse me, the Craft Club challenge for this month, which is a funny coincidence. This time it's actually a coincidence, okay? I know I usually time my videos to the Craft Club challenge, but okay, I'm not using napkins, I'm using tissue paper. That actually works pretty well as well. It has a beautiful botanical print on there, which I think Sarah would really appreciate. But this one has been received already. I have to admit, so much mail has gotten lost lately. Like even in the Netherlands, my mail, I have a feeling that it's so much more often now than it was before. And it's making me sad. Like, what is happening? Like, I sent a small letter last week. It hasn't arrived yet in the Netherlands. And I sent a postcard in the new app that I'm trying, which is like a postcard swap app for the Netherlands. It's called Ontvang een kaartje, if any of you are Dutch and interested. One of my postcards, my first one I've ever sent, got lost, or she just didn't register it as being received. These kind of things are sad. Anywho, back to the video, Vivian. You get distracted too easily. I am finding a label to go with this mail because yes, I have way too many address labels and still have a hard time finding the perfect one. So I have these labels which I'm pretty sure are from Flow magazine, but I got them from someone else, and it has a cute little teapot on it. And then I decided to put some washi tape in the back as well, just to kind of make that black from the tissue paper come back a little bit. And the little washi tape on the bottom says happy, and then I wrote happy mail. And I don't know, this is so far from my usual style because A, it has black, which is a color I never use, and B, it has yellow, which is another color I never use, and still I like it somehow. I like it. And then obviously the stamps, very important. I just chose some pretty bird stamps that I thought would go nicely, and then I used one of those typewriter words that I typed out to, I don't remember what it says. Oh yeah, believe in yourself. Thank goodness. So there's just happy mail. The last thing I'm going to do after this close-up is obviously do a wax seal again, because I kind of fell back in love with wax seals. Like I was telling you before that I don't do wax seals every mail anymore, simply because I've done so many in the past, but I don't know, kind of got back, I guess. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a yellow / very light orange wax seal, because I thought that would go well with the colors of the mail. Yeah, so I hope you like this video. We're not done yet. We still have the wax sealing part, obviously, and then we end with the little thank you note for all of the patrons. You, by the way, also have the patrons to the people that support my Patreon to thank for this video, because I did like an unofficial vote on Instagram asking them, hey, which video, see, this is where the camera dies again, which video do you want to see on Tuesday, and they voted for Craft with Me. So if you also want to become a patron, the link to everything is down below as always. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment. That would be greatly appreciated. I'm sorry if I sound a bit jittery. That's because I really am, but I'm sure everything is gonna be okay. So I will talk to all of you soon, maybe not here on YouTube, but somewhere else, and I hope to see all of you on Friday. Okay, bye bye.